For today's inspiration for this drawing is this moth that was on my door. I'm thinking of, to kind of get back in the swing of things, to start drawing a moth a week, since there's so many that I see every day where I live. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to make a fairy for every week, depending on what critter's on my door. And this is today's friend. I've missed making videos. I mean, I only made 2, but I promise I'll make more. We moved and we've been building a house and we've been doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and I finally kind of got back in the swing of things, even though it's digital. I miss doing traditional art, but right now I think digital is the best way to go if I'm going to be making content regularly. For some reason, I kind of have this, like, I don't know if it's a phobia or what, of doing digital art. Like, people won't see it as real art, even though it's just as hard. It's just a different set of skills. But I think when you say digital art, people think like the computer does it for you, so it doesn't. I mean, not everyone, but people that have never seen it done just kind of think the computer does it for you. When I first kind of like wanted to start drawing, I really wanted to do digital art, but when I started doing it, like, I noticed the reactions weren't quite the same as if I did a watercolor or something that wasn't half as good as the digital drawing, but anyone who doesn't really know what it is kind of was like, oh well, that's cool. And I kind of get it. It's fun when you do a traditional piece to be able to hold it and look at it and be like, I made this. But I don't know. I'm happy to do some digital again, and I hope you guys will be happy to watch it too. Once I get a studio space set up, I'm gonna start doing watercolors again and illustrations again, but right now my desk is kind of small and my lighting isn't good, so in future I'm looking forward to having a space where I can doodle again. Even this piece took a while to get going. I had a whole bunch of, I was gonna include all the bloopers, because it took me like an hour just to get an idea out, because it really shows when you haven't drawn in a while how hard it is to get a drawing to come out. You don't think about it when you take a break from drawing until you have to draw again, and then you can feel you get a little clunky. She eventually came out though, and this was fun. It's I've been trying to just translate how I draw on paper to the digital art, and people might not like that I don't use a lot of layers, or it's kind of messy, but I like how it looks, and I like how I think some of the mess kind of gives it some texture. There we go. I'm gonna go with that. It's not mess, it's texture. I am looking forward to making more videos though. I promise I'm gonna stick with it this time as much as I can. I'm gonna aim for once a week, and if not once a week, whenever I can after that. But yeah, I've just been taking pictures of whatever bugs show up on the door that look interesting, that might make a fun inspiration, and if I run out, any suggestions are welcome. If you'd like to see me draw something else, I'm open to that. My goal with this channel is just to, I watch so many other artists that make nice videos where they're just drawing and talking, and I listen to them all the time, and I thought maybe I could do something like that, but we'll see. I guess I won't know till I try. Getting back into the schedule or the rhythm of drawing regularly is a lot harder than people kind of like give it credit until you're the one trying to do it. I don't even remember where I heard this. It was some motivational something, but the guy was saying hard work for your dreams isn't just the work itself, it's keeping yourself motivated is hard work too. And I like that, because it's true. Like, it's so easy to fall off and say like, oh, tomorrow, or I'm too busy, or I'd rather be doing this because it's whenever. But actually motivating yourself to do something when you want something is it's kind of tricky in the beginning with the uncertainty of if it'll turn out or if it will be as successful as you hope. It is hard work to just to keep your brain in a good space. I guess we kind of live and we learn though, like you don't know till you know, and then you can just try your best from there. I am looking forward to setting up a good space though. I'm planning to get a room all set up so I can have like a neat space to photograph stuff too, and I don't know. It's exciting. It just takes time. It's kind of funny how my last videos were on like motivation and keeping yourself inspired, and here I am like I just couldn't make anything for like a month. Besides commissions, commission work is kind of different. I think it uses a different part of your brain than when you're trying to like come up with something from yourself or from your spirit, but it's funny how you gotta like keep that muscle strong, or else it does get harder and harder to come up with personal art. And you know, everyone tells you practice, and just keeping a healthy habit, a productive habit is practice too. Learning how to structure your day so you do have at least a little time to make something, work on something, just enough. You know, better than nothing some days. If you just, even before bed, if you're sitting in bed, to draw a little bit after a long day makes a difference than just not at all. It's so easy to just sit down and watch TV or like space out into YouTube. That's my guilty pleasure. But if I keep the sketchbook on my desk, it's a little easier to remember, like, oh, I could be doodling right now, or I could be doing something, at least a little something, just to keep the brain productive, keep your thinking muscle productive. I think it's also important to put like brain food in your brain, like look at movies that inspire you and make you happy, or Pinterest. I like going through Pinterest to look at all the cool stuff, but that can be kind of dangerous too. Like I'll just stare at Pinterest for an hour and not have drawn anything, but my brain's all full of stuff. Sometimes I watch like too much scary stuff. I love scary movies and I love like true crime, but it doesn't do the same happy brains stuff for being creative that like fantasy content does. I used to get inspired by video games a lot, but the games that I've been playing lately haven't really been of that genre. So I love lately it's like art dolls. I look at art dolls. I love makeup. Makeup's a big one for me. I don't know why, but it makes me think of like, you know, different color palettes and stuff inspire me that the people use. There's a few makeup artists that do like floral makeup and fantasy makeup, like you know, like fairies would wear. But that's what I've been drawing from lately. And your sources of inspiration will change over time. There's been lulls where it's like one source of inspiration will kind of putter out for me and I don't know where to go. And then I just kind of sit there going, the brain tank is empty. But that's usually when I go outside, go fishing, go for a walk, go to the park. You'll see something that'll get your inspiration going again. Sorry if you can hear my dog scratching in the background. It's hot and he's uncomfortable, poor guy. It's super hot here. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but I'm in the swamp in North Carolina now, and it is hot and it is humid, and it makes you not want to do anything. You just want to lay there and wish you had like a big bucket of ice cream to lay in. That might be worse, but at least it'd be cold. I've been working on the house a lot and been painting the walls, and it makes me want to paint. Like, have you seen those people that paint like a Bob Ross on their wall? That's so cool. Maybe someday I can do something like that, but I love to see what people do with blank walls when they get creative with them. Or there's like a girl painted her van. I can't remember what her channel was, but she did a big Bob Ross on her van. Growing up, I had a friend and I went to her house and her whole house was a mural. It was like every floor to ceiling her mom had painted a big mural, like a jungle mural. And I don't know, maybe my kid brain was like exaggerated it was the whole house, but I swear their whole house was this big forest painting, and I thought it was amazing that a human could do that. Just put a whole forest on their walls. It wasn't wallpaper, it wasn't like a printed, she did it by hand. It was so pretty. I love it when people get creative with their houses and just like what art they put in their houses. My grandpa had maps, like fishing maps of the world, but he marked everywhere that he'd gone on his fishing boat when he was doing Alaskan fishing. So anything like that, I think, just makes a house so much cooler than just a plain wall. Or people that cover their walls in cool art they collect. That's my goal, is to just put pieces from all my favorite artists on these walls once I have them all painted and set up with space to do them justice. Whenever I've gone to art shows or, you know what I mean, craft fairs and stuff, I always think about all the wonderful pieces that you could bring home. It makes it hard to make any money, profit, because there's just so much cool stuff you could bring home and you want to support the people around you. So I'm hoping to have like a wall of all the cool art I'll collect from future shows when that's a thing again. I miss that most from the pandemic, because everything about the pandemic kind of sucks, but going to art shows was so much fun. If you've never been, it's the best way to make art friends. Just everyone in that room is so excited to see everyone else's, what they make and what they do, and it's great. I was doing the raw art collective shows. I did two, and both times it was just like everyone in the room was so happy to see you there, and just like it was just a good time. I'm not sure when that'll be a thing again. I haven't been vaccinated yet. I need to. I just haven't had a chance to go get it done, and I'm trying to catch up on my chores in case it makes me feel bad, but I'm looking forward to when everyone's all vaccinated and everyone can go out and make art friends and have cool art shows again. It'll be good. It'll probably be more fun because everyone knows what it is to go without. It's not even a possibility for the past 2 years to have a fun art show or gallery like that, or whatever you like to do. And those were fun. You can see artists online and make Instagram friends, and that's super fun. I love all my little like art acquaintances I've made online, but being able to see them in person or go and see their work or make new friends and through their work that's so much fun. It's great. And a lot of these people, you'd pass them on the street and not know what sort of cool stuff that they do. All the neat painters and photographers, like you'd have no idea just looking at them that what awesome things they're capable of. And I think that's super fun about art, is it's surprising, and people will surprise you with what's going on in their head, and it's the only way that you could like communicate your unique creativity to other people. It's tangible, and that's fun and special. I know I keep saying fun a lot. I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't apologize because it's my videos, and I guess if people don't like my funning and that's cooling and liking, then they won't watch them, but that's okay. I don't know. I worry so much about putting videos online. I guess everyone does, because it is kind of vulnerable, and you're like, oh, are people not gonna like me? And they might not, but that's okay, because you'll find the people who do like you, and the people that like your drawings, and they'll stick around, just like I do for my favorite peoples online. I don't know. I guess everyone's their own worst critic, and it's easy to discourage yourself from putting yourself online, even if you know you could do it. There's like that little voice in your head that says it'll be bad, or people won't like you, or people, I don't know, all those criticisms, or people might not like my computer fans in the background and leave because my computer fans are too loud. Eek. It is interesting though how if you've ever switched mediums, how your same, like, your ideas will come out a little different depending on the medium, because this turned out way different than I thought, but also the same. Like, it's my drawing, and it looks like my art, but the fact that it's digital, like, I think I did different things with the colors a little more confidently. I like muted tones, but I always get kind of nervous when I'm coloring a watercolor, because there's no oopsies in watercolor for the most part. It's not like you can't always paint over it, so once you got it on there, it's on there. And that's that, you've committed to it. Whereas with digital, you can kind of, like, you could recolor something 600 times if you wanted to, so there is that freedom to learn and explore with digital. And every time I start up with digital again, I learn new things about my own style, so I guess this is good. I was kind of going back and forth on whether I should even make videos if it's not keeping the theme of traditional art, but I think it'll be just fine, and I might even learn some new things about my style and my art and me. I don't know. You don't know till you try. I said that earlier, but it's the theme of today's video. I gotta figure out a schedule for recording, like what time of day I'll do this, or when I'll record the voice part where it's nice and quiet. I guess that's all things they'll fall into place. Not gonna worry about it. Yeah. It's just so heckin' hot right now. I want to have the box fan going, but I gotta turn it off because my computer fans are already way too loud to have a box fan going and the computer fans going. So I guess I could record in the mornings or something when it's not too hot. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I like how she turned out. I was kind of pleasantly surprised. I don't really know what's gonna happen ever when I go to draw. I don't really pull up references. This is the closest thing to a reference I've had successfully, because otherwise they kind of stress me out. Like, I try so hard to make it look like the reference, I end up messing up. But this little moth that was on my door was very good inspiration. I need to thank him next time he comes by. Let me see if I can find what kind of moth it was. I wrote it down somewhere. Okay, here we go. It is a Desmia funeralis, the grape leaf folder. That sounds nice. What a nice sounding moth. I don't know, I just saw him or her or them on my door, and I thought, what a cool friend that would be. So I made her. But I have 2 other moths I've taken pictures of. I'm looking forward to making similar videos with. And yeah, that'll be good. It's fun to see who shows up on the porch door at nighttime. There's so many here. I could never draw them all, but I'll try. And I hope you stick around to see them all, because I'm pretty happy with how this girl turned out. And I don't know, after I finish them, it's kind of tricky to add a background sometimes, because I focus so much on the fairy friend. It's trying to imagine where they'd be. These little flowers turned out fun. I'm still learning there's so many different ways you can draw flowers that you could try them all and come up with your own way. I was thinking while drawing this, like, what am I gonna look back in a year and say, like, oh man, like, she's so bad at backgrounds. So hopefully I'll improve enough to yell at myself in a year. And I hope that I'll get better at drawing tiny flowers at nighttime in the grass. This looks okay, but it could be better. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my inane ramblings for 20 minutes, and I hope you drew something cool while listening to my inane rambling for 20 minutes. And I hope you stick around to see some more Moth friends come out, because I have more in store. And it'll be good. I'm looking forward to being more productive with this channel. And it'll inspire me to make more artwork. I enjoy doing these little chats. I think they're good, and eventually I'll be less shy about posting online, and I'll post more. As I post, it'll be better. But here's the finished friend. I like how she turned out, especially for her first digital in a while. And she's on Redbubble if you want to bring her home with you on all sorts of things. So check them out. And thanks for watching. Follow me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!